My Keurig has no power, so that means no coffee. Let me show you how I fix this for free. Hi, I'm Dave, and this is the Carve Tools channel. My Keurig has no power, and in this video, I'll show you how I fix it for free. To fix this Keurig, I have to remove the covers. First, I unplug power. Definitely do not want to get electrocuted. I did a previous video and I showed how I fixed my Keurig for free, and I appreciate all the comments. Many of the comments were, how do I remove the covers? So in this video, I will show you how to remove the covers. On the bottom of the Keurig are 3 Phillips head screws. 2 of the screws are located under the rubber feet. And I take a pointed tool and I remove them. The screws are in a recessed hole, and I will completely loosen them, then turn the Keurig over and give it a little bump, and they will fall out. To keep from losing the rubber feet and screws, I will use the dip tray to keep them safe. Here is the little bump, and all 3 screws fall out. Now comes the fun part. When removing these covers, be careful not to use excessive force. This top cover has to be removed first. I push and pull it with my thumbs just enough to get a flat blade screwdriver in the crack, and it will come loose. This piece here, there are 2 clips on the top. And I gently pull up, and it comes loose. I start on the left side and gently pull until it comes unclipped. Now look, there may be a better way to do this, but this is how I did it. When the side came loose at the back, I pulled the cover forward. On the right side, I start at the bottom and pull gently. I used a flat blade screwdriver again to get between the cover and the base frame, and just keep going along the edges. The cover is somewhat flexible, and it comes loose, and also, ooh, the front cover came loose too. That's good, we have to remove it anyway. Whoever designed this cover is really clever, although it is somewhat difficult to remove. Here I go straight to the problem, why it will not power up. You really don't have to remove this for the fix, but I'm taking my thermal protection switch out to show you the problem. I use needle nose pliers to grab the nut and a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the screw. This thermal protection switch does not automatically reset once it trips. And I believe that in this application, this is a good thing. This is a safety device. There is the nut and lock washer. Then the screw with the ground wire. So now I'm going to test the power circuit. The meter reads 0 ohms when the test leads are connected. Across the plug is an open circuit. This has nothing to do with the power switch being off on the Keurig because there is always current flowing when plugged in. Electricity travels from the plug to one side of the thermal protection switch, and here the circuit is open, but it does read the plug on the other contact, which it should. To test the circuit across the thermal protection switch, it should read 0 ohms. This particular type of thermal protection switch can be reset manually. Now, there may have originally been some type of a button here, but this is how it is for now. Here I use a small wire pin and press it in to reset, and the snap action contact closes. So why did the thermal protection switch trip? Simple answer is the temperature rose over 160 degrees Celsius. Here is how a thermal protection switch trips. I have test leads across the contact and it reads 0 ohms, which is good. As I apply heat with a small torch, the snap action contacts will open and breaks the circuit. There's the trip circuit, and in the coffee maker, something was abnormal and got too hot, so the thermal protection switch opened the circuit and may have prevented a fire. This is a safety device. This is a manual reset thermal protection switch. Now the switch is cooled down and it can be reset just like before. I place the test leads across the cutoff contact, then press the wire into the hole, and the contact snaps closed and the meter reads 0 ohms. So after resetting this thermal protection switch, I put the Keurig cover back on and tried to brew a cup of water. I heard it starting to heat, and then it shut off again. The thermal protection switch tripped again. So let me show you what I believe happened. I believe there was a restriction in the water flow as it heated up, and that's what caused this thing to trip. So here, I'm going to manually circulate the pumps by applying power to each of them to see if it actually circulates. I'll unplug this one. I have an adjustable voltage power supply, and I adjust the voltage to 12 volts. And I'm not sure of the motor operating voltage, but I believe this 12 volts should be okay to make this pump operate. With these two leads, I can plug them into the motor cable. And if you get the polarity reverse, the motor will probably run backwards. I'm not sure if they use a diode to prevent this. Okay, the pump is working, and I see a few drips come out. I unplugged the other motor. Apply power the same way. I see water draining from the reservoir. So for now, I know the water is flowing and it's not stopped up. With the power button off, I press the 8-ounce and 12-ounce buttons for 3 seconds, and this starts the descale mode. And from here, you just follow directions on the display. Press the illuminated K, and the process starts. So replacing the covers are just as tricky as removing them. Start with the one in the front, and be sure to look for any wire that may be hanging out. Definitely do not want to pinch a wire when replacing these covers. There are clips on each side, so pay attention to these when sliding the cover over these, or you'll have a gap. Don't ask me how I know that. I start at the front and feel for the clips that will slide into each other. If they do not connect, there will be an obvious gap. Start pressing the clips. I align one side to the other and push it down. The top cover snaps into place. So I turn the maker on the top. Drop a screw in each hole. Now these screws are screwing into plastic, so be careful not to over tighten and strip them out. The little rubber feet have grooves that align with the holes. You can just twist it around a little bit and you can feel it catch. And I'm almost ready to try this thing out. So let's go make a cup of coffee. My Keurig is brewing coffee again. This is how I repaired my Keurig for free, and I hope this video may help you repair yours. If it did, please subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you for supporting the Carve Tools channel. Hey, I'm Dave, this is Carve Tools. Have a great day.